Well, maybe we can get into that. What's happening, everybody? This is Mercury's Cast. Please go to Facebook and like the page, and like and subscribe to us on iTunes. Today is a very casual conversation. We are revisiting with our buddy Tim Nguyen. Also, the show likes to refer to him as Asian Tim because there's two Tims that come on every now and again. Oh, that's all right, Sean. Yeah, I know you're a busy dude, but I want to talk some California with Sean or Josh Ferguson because there's a lot of shit going down in California, and by shit I mean stuff that's not good. But anyways, we're gonna do a little catch up session with our buddy Tim Nguyen. We are triangulating from Bakersfield to Cypress to wherever you are at right now. Tim, how you doing right on this lovely summer day?
I'm doing good, man. It's good to be back on your podcast. Haven't been here for a while, so it's a treat. I'm excited.
It's good to have you back. We haven't talked to you in a while. I know that you've been busy working and doing some adulting type of information, whatever
Yeah,
it is.
just growing up, man. Adulting. You're right.
You're doing it right, man. I'm proud of you. You're one of the good ones. You're one of the good ones out there. So quick tech talk. Are you able to pull up the letter that I sent to you, Tim?
Yeah.
So go ahead and pull it up, and I'll give a little backdrop to it.
The email from Tesla.
Yes. So Elon Musk is firing some people from his Tesla company. You know, he's got a couple companies. One of them is boring, and one of them is making a bunch of tunnels down in LA, which is a whole nother tech talk. But I guess what it appears to be is that the Tesla company was never making any profits off of what they were doing. Supposedly, that's what Elon Musk's letter. And I wish I could read it right now. I can't pull it up on either my phone or.
I got it right here. Is there a section you want me to read?
Why don't you just read the second page?
All right.
The last half of the letter.
As described previously, we are conducting a comprehensive organizational restructuring across our whole company. Tesla has grown and evolved rapidly over the past several years, which has resulted in some duplication of roles and some job functions that, while they made sense in the past, are difficult to justify today. As part of this effort and the need to reduce costs and become profitable, we have made the difficult decision to let go of approximately 9% of our colleagues across the company. These cuts were almost entirely made from our salaried population, and no production associates were included. So this will not affect our ability to reach Model 3 production targets in the coming months. Given that Tesla has never made an annual profit in almost 15 years since we have existed.
It's never made an annual profit. So, and a lot of these people get mad when they hear that he takes government money and stuff like that, but he's never really turned a profit in that company, and who knows the reason why he wants to start now. But go ahead and continue on.
Given that Tesla has never made an annual profit in almost 15 years since we have existed, profit is obviously not what motivates us. What drives us is our mission to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable, clean energy. But we will never achieve that mission unless we eventually demonstrate that we can be sustainably profitable. That is a valid and fair criticism of Tesla's history to date.
And so this letter wasn't even supposed to go out. Somebody thought that they were going to be some type of FBI leaker, and who was involved that got the Tesla letter, and within hours it was already leaked to the media. This whole thing, and so this is off of Elon Musk's Twitter page. That he released the letter himself. He said, "Here, this is an unedited version of the letter that I sent out to all of my employees that are going to be fired." And so to kind of get out in front of this kind of scandalous type of situation that could have happened had he not released that and got out in front of it, did kind of a Dave Letterman-esque move there, which is pretty good on his part. I mean, you can't blame the guy for wanting to make a profit in his own company, right?
Well, I've always known that they've never made a profit, but I hadn't known that it's been 15 years. I mean, I worked for a startup, and I know how like starting a business can take like even at least a couple years to turn a profit. But 15, I mean, I guess it makes sense though. I mean, he's probably there's a lot of people against him. You know, like the entire oil company. You know, they've been trying to buy him out and shut him down this entire time, and he's just resisting. So it's probably not easy for him.
Yeah, I happen to admire the guy. I think he's doing great work for humanity, and a lot of people would say that the resources that he's using to try and get to Mars. Well, why don't we pull those resources and put them back into humanity on Earth? Well, one of these days, the humanity on Earth is not going to be able to live here anymore, and we're gonna need some kind of escape plan.
You've watched Interstellar too many times.
It's going to happen. I mean,
no, I agree. Yeah, we'll run out of
5 years
resources
or 100
eventually.
years or 1,000 years. It could be 1,000 years.
It's going to happen. You're right.
Why not jump ahead of this? I mean, if anything, the Earth's going to be swallowed up by the sun. Be too hot to live here. Who knows? There's Yellowstone could blow. A meteor hit. And here's one that a lot of people don't talk about. And one of the new theories on what may have made life on Earth extinct at some point is solar flares. Is huge. If the sun goes through an event, then it's like a 1,000 lightning storms hit Earth at one time, and it pretty much creates these crazy lightning storms from a solar event. But
yeah, I've heard about that. It's like
they
flash burn the Earth.
Yeah. So at any rate, I think Elon Musk is way more good than he is bad.
Those solar flares sound like a perfect setting or plot for like the new Rock movie, you know?
Yeah, Rock's gonna go out there and start punching solar flares.
I don't know, but it just sounds like something he would be in.
It does sound like
he's got to save his family from a solar flare.
Yeah, he's gonna lasso an asteroid and head right into the sun. And with that lasso on the asteroid, he's just gonna fuck the sun up. And then that's what
like the new version of the movie Armageddon starring The Rock. Calling it now.
That's cool. So Elon Musk is finally turning Tesla for a profit, and I'm not mad at him. I'm sure he's put a lot of man hours into that. Not that he needs the money per se, but
where do you know where his original money comes from? Like, I mean, the dude had to have been born rich, right?
I don't know his backstory.
I don't either.
I think from what I remember, both of his parents were successful. If anybody on Facebook Live knows Elon Musk's backstory, I think both of his parents were like educators in South Africa or something like that. I could just be totally wrong. It wouldn't be the first time. So there's that. Tim, are you with that new company still, or are you still with the old one?
I can't remember the last time we spoke, but I took a job in Los Angeles last year. I worked there for like 3 months. It was a startup, and then I took a job right after that in Yorba Linda, so it's close to home. Back in medical imaging. So
okay, well, you tried, you know. We can't
I went that route, and it was very eye-opening working for a startup, and it was really a real progressive company because it was based out of Silicon Valley, and I worked some of the time in San Francisco, so I worked with.
So you only got hired because you're Asian. I get it. That would suck.
It's possible. I don't know.
I'm just kidding.
But
I'm just kidding. No, you're probably overly qualified.
It was a really, really progressive company. I mean, we had vegan lunches. We had like drinking like organic juice all day. So that was a lifestyle there. It was nice. I mean, they catered food for us and everything. But what I noticed was that a lot of the workers there, they were like, I mean, I guess you could call them millennials, you know, like straight out of college with their degrees and stuff. And it's like they didn't really have any work experience. So it was interesting to work with. It was real eye-opening, and I learned a lot about them. A lot about them. They're brilliant. They're brilliant people. They just need to be led, you know. Well,
they've kind of been lied to. they've kind of been lied to and misinformed and indoctrinated, which is not cool. They haven't been told how to think for themselves. They've been told what to think. That's a big problem with our education system right now, and even advanced levels of education, you're told what to think and not how to think.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I mean, their skills, I mean, very, very useful, but real limited because they don't have the real world experience to utilize it and actually deal with like a real working force and real working problems. You know, school doesn't really prepare you for that. You know, it's a lot more experience that you need to be able to handle stuff like that. So I saw their struggles, and like I can understand them a bit better, you know.
right. So you were going one way, and was the political differences part of the reason why you left? And were they starting to figure out that, hey, maybe you're not this socialist progressive nut job that everyone else is, or what had nothing to do with that?
No, I mean, I got an offer to come back to my old industry, and it was just something that seemed more stable to me at the time, and it was just closer to home. I could not take driving to East LA every day. It was pretty bad.
Real quick, what were the freeways you had taken what time? Because I know all of this shit.
I would say anytime between 6 and 7, taking the 605 north to the 105 west to the 710 north to the 5 north.
So you use Waze?
I don't know. I just took the same way every day, dude. I'm a creature of habit. But yeah, there was never once did I just flow on the freeway. It was stop and go every single fucking day. So yeah, it just drove me nuts.
That's why you got to subscribe to Mercury's Cast on iTunes and Stitcher, and then you have something to listen to while you're in your car. Oh, how about that?
You're right.
Or you can watch on YouTube, Mercury's Cast on YouTube.
Your podcasts go for about an hour or so. Yeah, that's about how long it took me to go 17 miles.
I know that sucks. How long would the drive be? So you have to be there. What time would you leave?
If I wanted to like beat a little traffic, like save my 5 minutes, I'd leave like around 6 or so. I don't know. I can't remember. Something like that.
And you're supposed to be there at 7?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not terrible. It's not. If you had to drive to, wait, what part of LA were you driving to?
I think it was City of Commerce.
Okay, yeah, I know exactly where that's at.
Yeah.
So that's not even that bad, really. If you had to go deeper into LA, like like north side of LA, you'd be screwed.
Yeah, that's another hour right there. So yeah, I guess complaining a little bit too much, but whatever. No, I know people do worse. People have to do worse.
You know, you'd be complaining a little more if you were friends or relatives of Mr. XXXTentacion.
Oh yeah, I was reading
shot today.
I briefly read about that. Honestly, I have no idea who it is. I don't know.
I know something about him only because of first of all, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but if there's something you want to say first about it, is there something you want to say first?
Oh no, I have no idea about it. I was just reading your post. That's all I know about it.
So I'm pretty sure it happened in this order where he was this rapper that got knocked out on stage. He kind of went into enemy territory and said, "Fuck it, I'm going to perform anyways." And he got knocked out, which a fight happened on stage. I wish I had this video ready. We could all watch it together. So that kind of sucked. And then once I did a little more digging onto this guy, and in a music video, he hanged a little white boy as some form of political speech. And actually, he had a little black boy pull the rope to hang this white boy, and then you see his kids, see his feet dangling and shit. And as a father to a white boy, and I hate the identity politics here, but that kind of struck home to me personally.
Yeah, it's a little distasteful.
Just like that I hate that photo of that little boy laying on the beach in Syria. It really it really gets to me, you know?
Yeah, yeah, or that kid with from the bomb blast or something about the white on his face.
Yeah.
That
All
one's
those
pretty rough to
all
look
those
at, too.
things, and it brings up another conversation. Who knows how many of those photos are real or not, because we don't have a lot of journalists in those areas of the world, and just could be flown for, it could be a wag the dog situation. We don't really know. I'm not saying that's what it is, but sometimes it's some of those conspiracy theories make semi-valid points.
Yeah. Yeah, consider everything.
So anyways, this guy, if I was more prepared, I would have his rap sheet pulled up, but we kind of just threw this thing together at the last minute. He's gotten like multiple assault charges, multiple just crimes that reflect on someone who's not a good person. Okay, multiple, a long list of it, and you could find videos where he is at places and he's causing a disturbance. I guess from what I hear from some of his closest fans that he was trying to turn his life around, and if he was, good for him. But sometimes the karma will come and get you when you least expect it. And here's another funny thing is that I saw the clearest video of him in his car before he was pronounced actually deceased. And the two side doors are open and he's laying there slumped out, which he looks dead, but I don't see any bullet holes in the door and I don't see any bullet holes or blood on his seat. So that kind of makes me a little bit weary about what really happened. And I'm not saying that there's some kind of conspiracy going on here. I just, for as clear as that video was, you thought that you would have seen some type of blood or bullet holes or something. Maybe he OD'd. I don't know. Maybe there's a little more of the story there. I'm sure it's going to all come out. Anyways, the guy wasn't a very good dude, but it's still sad because he had a lot of fans, like millions of fans. And I tried to listen to his stuff before. It's just the mumble rap and the auto tune. Like I just can't do it.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
And it gets stuck in my head too. I wanna get a bit. Your bitches are not gonna bet. And it's all, it's just like,
Yeah, it's just annoying.
it's not for me, man. It's just not for me. But the guy apparently, and maybe this could be a lesson for people that want to cause problems when they go places, or even just be flashy. Like Warren Buffett drives an old Cadillac,
Yeah. I'm reading a little bit about the article. I don't really know much about this guy, dude. I don't know why I'm reading into it.
He was he's
so
not somebody that you want your daughter dating, that's for sure.
Yeah, I can tell by the picture, but seems a little suspicious. What do you want, Frankie?
So what's been on your mind lately? Anything that troubles you that you've been seeing? I was gonna bring up the video, but
what do you mean, like as a current event?
Anything? What's on your mind, buddy?
Well, not to be a downer, but I found out a couple of days ago that my mom got diagnosed with breast cancer.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
What stage?
We don't know yet. We're gonna find out this Friday. See what stage it is and the plan of action.
Wow. Well, first of all, my condolences for the bad news. That really sucks, and I pray to God that you guys caught it early.
Yeah, I hope so too. But I mean, I just being positive, I mean, with modern medicine technology, it's breast cancer is treatable, so we're just thinking positive and just happy thoughts, everything's gonna be all right.
It is, man. That's cool. That's what you got to do. Put that positive energy out into the world, and hopefully that positive energy comes back out to you. Sometimes what you put out in the world is what comes back to you.
Yeah, for sure. Just
power positive thinking is great.
Be generally a a good person to the next, you know?
Yeah, that could go back to the same thing that we were saying about that rapper dude who wasn't so nice to people, and it turns out some people were not so nice to him, from what it seems like. But that's. Is your mom still in Cyprus?
Yeah. Well, actually, Buena Park, but she's close to me.
Yeah.
So be able to visit her a lot.
You have a sister?
Yeah, I have a sister. She lives in Buena Park also, but like on the north side of Buena Park.
That's cool. Well, this is going to be something you guys will deal with.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you
Feeling
said,
together
the
as a family.
innovations the innovations in this field have come a long way. So, positive
Yeah.
vibes and all that.
Yeah. Thanks, bro.
I don't want to go in too deep on that because it's preliminary and it's not really. I would love to talk with you more about it though.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'll keep you updated.
So that's gotta be on your mind.
Oh yeah, yeah. Didn't sleep much
It's
this
crazy,
weekend.
man. My dad, my parents are older now too. I don't know how old's your mom.
She's 65.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like the mid, and I never say this because I don't think time goes by too fast. I think time goes by just as appropriately as it's supposed to. But there's a big difference from being in your mid 20s to your mid 30s on the what's going on around you in your life.
Yeah,
Everyone's 10 years older. It doesn't seem like I'm not that too much of a different of a person than I was in my mid 20s, but the world around me seems a lot different.
Yeah, I agree with you. Sometimes you don't recognize the world anymore. Some of the shit I see, it's like, what the hell, you know?
What do you see in your field of work, medical imaging? Are you looking at photos, or are you working on the equipment that take the photos, or both?
I just buy the equipment from my company. I'm the one that buys all the inventory, and then I tell what the salespeople what price to sell stuff at. That's pretty much my job.
Do you get a percentage of the sale?
No, I wish. My God, I'd be a
That'd be
millionaire.
sweet, right?
Yeah, I don't get commission on purchasing.
Huh.
I would like to explore sales later on, though. What I do sometimes is when the salespeople go on vacation, I'll cover them, and then sometimes they kick me down when the sale closes or something. I got $100 the other day. It's pretty nice.
What?
I blew it though. Put it towards some shoes like an idiot.
Some Yeezys?
Nah, I wish, man. Yeezys are actually pretty nice, but I'm not about to spend like $600 on them.
Is that what you got to do?
Well, the thing is, like, they retail for $220, but there's no chance in hell you can just walk into like a store and be like, here's $220 for the retail price. It's like people reserve these things in advance. They're sitting on their computers hitting refresh just to. There's even programs out, like automated programs that help you reserve shoes, simply so these guys can buy them for $220 and then resell them for like $600. But I can't hate on that though, man. It's capitalism. It's exactly what I do at my job.
Okay.
I buy shit for cheap and I sell it for a profit.
You bring up an interesting point. Something that really pisses me off right now, especially when I try and go buy UFC tickets, or I'm sure that other people are frustrated when Lady Gaga tickets come out and they're all bought all in the first 15 seconds, and now you can no longer buy them for what they're supposed to be worth, and they jack up the price 100% most of the time.
Yeah, you know what? I think isn't scalping illegal?
It's not scalping. They have companies, they have commercial companies that sit there and they'll buy as many tickets as they can. You can get them in like groups of 6, and they just buy the whole thing. So now regular consumers, and that's the business that they're in. So they have fast computers, internet. They know exactly what time it's going on sale. It's kind of like I like the capitalism and the free market system and stuff like that. But sometimes I think that, I mean, I used to be able to buy a UFC ticket for $40, and now you're not getting one for under 140. And So
I see your point. That is kind of unfair to the regular consumer. That people out there with these special programs can just bully out the small consumer.
and I'm not saying that legislation needs to be passed to fix it, but I'm also saying that that may not be an option because of it sucks. It really does. And when you're as passionate about something as I am about MMA, and I don't want to drop $200 on a ticket, or I can't, you know.
Yeah.
And so what does it do? And to be kind of on a, I guess socialism would tell you that, well, no, you can't. You should have a limited number of tickets and let a Joe Plumber have a chance to buy some. But they just buy up all the tickets, and it's really frustrating if you're trying to see an event.
Or you can just be quick about it and just smash that refresh button.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's crazy.
I mean, I've never tried anything like that before, so I wouldn't know. I don't know.
Well,
I tend not to follow the crowd.
StubHub helps, and but as them being part of the problem, towards an event, if you get something, if you get somebody to want to sell their tickets last minute, then you can get a good price still. But then there's a bunch of these apps that do that now. Anyways,
or what they could do is just band together and not buy any of those tickets, you know, and that's not going to hurt. That's not going to hurt like the performer at all, because whatever company it is has already spent the money buying up all the tickets, right? Stick them with the loss, right?
Well, but that's never going to happen.
Yeah, I know. People are going to get their fucking tickets.
It would be like, oh, doggy. That's all right. Is that you have pit bulls, right?
No, I have one like lab mutt, and the other one's a half Chihuahua, half pug. Hey, Charlie, come here.
Is Charlie okay?
Yeah, it's my wife just came home, so just freaking out.
Are you beating your dog? Was that what's going on here?
Do I look like I'm beating my dog?
I can see you right now, and no. So
Charlie, come here. Fucking yeah, the dog's. I mean, I've had her for like 6 years, and she still does the same shit every single day. No sign of calming down.
Well, then guess what? I don't think you should expect any change from.
I know. Yeah. Yeah, it's just yell at her for no reason. She doesn't get it.
So, have you bought any new guns lately?
No, not really.
Not that you want to admit. Live on the internet.
No, I haven't really spent much time. Because with my hobbies, it goes. I'm off and on them. You know, every now and then I'll be back on the kick for a little bit, but I'll go through it about once a year. But it's honestly, with the laws in California, it's not even fun to be a gun enthusiast anymore, dude. It's beyond outrageous what they're trying to push out here.
What up, Marcus? What up, Chris? Yeah, it's hi, Olivia. It's a you need to hit up our boy. Wow, after rattling those three names off, I can't even remember John Carter's name out there in Minnesota, where you can have AR-15s. You can buy one. You can assemble one for like $300. John Carter's going to be back on soon. We're going to talk some American Disabilities Act and something I don't even want to mention right now, but I'm going to. And it's mostly going to be him explaining this, because for me to try to explain this would just go all kinds of wrong. And he has this idea on where are all the slave ships. That's all I'm going to say. He's got a theory. He's got something in his back pocket. I'm not here to speak for him.
Slave ships, huh?
Where are they? They're only replicas that are left. Now, some of them probably sank somewhere along the line, but you'd think that there would be some kind of museum or some kind of something. I don't know. I don't know either way. We're going to talk about it I'll have some questions for him. It's not going to be slave ship ball washing, but
I'll tune into that. That seems pretty interesting.
yeah, listen to John Carter, an American Hero, episode 82, I believe. That was a good. We got to know him, and he's running for mayor in a city in Minnesota that escapes me right now. I don't have any notes in front of me or anything today, but
you had a celebrity on here, dude.
He might as well be. He was in the Marines doing morale. What was his job title?
Is he the most famous person you've had on?
Either him or the guy, the UCR, University of Riverside viral video.
Who has more followers?
That guy. That video that went viral when the girl stole that guy's hat and marched it up to the office at University of Riverside.
No way. You got him on?
Yeah. That was dope.
That's awesome.
That's when Matt Nagy was still with us before he lost his conservative alt-right mind. But that's all right. Matt Nagy was great.
Too bad I missed that one. How was he like after the fact? Is he like resentful of her, or is he pretty much like no, he completely forgives her like for being like
no, he doesn't. He does not.
No?
He wants her to the full throttle of the law as far as that's concerned. Yes, he does.
Yeah, you know, if I was I'd have to say if I was in that same situation, I'd probably be the same way too. Because that's
no, if she
some examples need to be made.
I would have went about it the very wrong way, and I would have taken her down and taken my fucking hat back because I know how to do stuff like that.
You would have assaulted her?
No, I would have taken her down and taken my hat back. And if I would have broken her arm if she didn't give me my hat back. I'm gonna do that emoji right now.
I think I'd just make her cry.
She did cry. He didn't have to do anything, but that my approach would be the wrong approach. I would just say, there's no way I'm letting this woman. First of all, she's a woman. There's no way I'm letting this woman just take my shit from me and get away with it. Because I'm part-time Batman.
Yeah.
Anyways, so he was a good one. That was the UCR viral video. Go check that one out. I think that one's in the 70s.
How'd you get a hold of him? You just hit him up on Facebook, like, dude, you're awesome. Come on my podcast. Is that how it went?
I'm not going to reveal industry secrets, but
okay.
I've got a way of landing guests. What can I say?
Nice.
Just little old me sometimes.
You got big plans for another one? Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. Candace Owens almost replied to me one time. That was great.
Who's that?
Candace Owens. I hit her up and then I saw her typing and then she never responded. She was just on Joe Rogan.
No way.
Yeah. I do got some big plans. I do. You know what? We can take the last portion of this to. I got them written down here.
What is that thing, dude? Is that a composition notebook?
Yeah.
Wow. I have not seen anything like that in years. Where do you even buy something like that? Never mind.
Okay. Frank Burrell, who's all about the Moors. Have you heard about the theories surrounding the Moors from Africa?
No. I'm interested though. Tell me. Enlighten me.
I don't know that much either. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I've got some stuff. Nothing concrete yet. But maybe I have this idea on pitting this Black Panther member against Arnold Sullivan, who you guys know as Dusty Angel from the Uncle Tom show. Check that out.
You trying to stir up some shit?
Yeah, that's what we do when we get Arnold Sullivan on. It's time to release the hounds, baby. It's time to get it going. No more of this friendly conversation shit. I lost my train of thought.
That's okay. I kind of did too.
So, are you Korean or Vietnamese?
I'm Vietnamese.
That's what I thought. So you wouldn't have anything to say about the North and South Korean, um, kind of intertwining now, and they're not.
No, I don't really know much about it, but I mean, it's the first time anybody's ever talked to him. You know, like that. That's got to be some sort of step. You know, it's a step.
Yeah, and it's crazy that 6 weeks ago Trump was going to start World War III by starting a nuclear war with Korea, and then now Trump is some kind of sympathizer to a crazy dictator. It's just weird how, it's just like
Yeah, I mean, ideally, what would they have him do that they would say that they would be like, this is satisfactory? You know?
nothing. No, nothing. No, Trump could cure cancer, and then they'd say, "What about AIDS? What about heart disease?"
I do see that meme a lot, and whatever he does, I mean, I'm sure there's always going to be split opinions, but sometimes you got to give credit where credit is due. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's people that just hated Obama no matter what. You know?
Yeah,
so
and
I get that.
I wasn't one of those dudes. I was kind of things that Obama was doing took a little time to see if it worked. And I'm not one of the pom boys for Trump either. When he does dumb shit, like say, I want my people to stand up like they do for Kim Jong Un, or he puts tariffs on Canada and Mexico, which is like some of our biggest trade partners. For almost no, and there's the pom boys have reasons, but I'm no economics major. From what I hear from the people that I like to listen to, like Mark Levin, doesn't like it. So when you ask me the question, who do I mostly fall in line with, I would say it would be somebody like Mark Levin, although he doesn't do much of an interview show like I kind of do, or interview or debate show. He mostly he does have guests and he does take calls. I would say politically, I align a lot with him, and I respect his opinion about the Constitution and how it's supposed to be interpreted, because that's what he's done for most of his life. And again, I'm talking about Mark Levin here, but I don't agree with his stance on drugs and the prisons and stuff like that. That's what makes me a libertarian. That's what separates me from the pack of crazy conservatives, because I think the drug laws are crazy. I think our prison system is crazy, and there you go.
I agree.
I also think your dog is really cute.
Yeah, she's super needy though. Always has to be in somebody's lap or she cries.
That's the Chihuahua in her.
Yeah.
Chihuahuas are, until they get older, they're loud and they're needy.
Yeah, she's actually not that loud. She's super needy lately though, because she's older now and she's always wanting to like cuddle or just be by somebody.
And who doesn't want a little bit of love and affection now and again? You know what I'm saying? Come on now.
It's good for my stress though.
Yeah.
Having a dog is really, really good for anybody that's...
Do you use her like one of those medicine balls, like you just squeeze her head and like rub it?
No.
Oh. Maybe you should try that sometime. It could be beneficial for both of you.
I don't think she'd like that too much. She'd probably bite me.
You don't know that.
I've tried it before.
Bro, you don't know.
All right, I'll give it a try, man.
Okay. We'll report next time. I think we've gone far enough here. It was good to catch up with you, and it was good to slap some ideas around. Do you have anything else that you would like to say, or even ask me? Shit, I'm always interviewing people. Why does anyone ever want to interview me?
I don't know. I think you asked all the questions already.
Plus, you got any summer vacations coming up?
I want to, but work's going to be real busy, so it's going to be a hard to find some time off, but I do need to take
fuck
some time
that.
off. I got some PTO I can use.
You should take the family to San Diego.
I went to San Diego recently. Stayed at the Hard Rock.
See, I'm being like Chloe here now.
Chloe?
Yeah, wasn't she like the psychic medium?
Who's that?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Yeah, sure.
I thought you were talking about Khloe Kardashian or something. No?
No. I don't like her. I like Kim now, though.
Why?
Prison reform, baby.
Oh, I heard something about that. She got Trump to pardon somebody.
Yeah.
Did they complain about that too?
Surprisingly, no.
Oh wow, he did something.
Although I don't watch CNN and MSNBC all day long. All I see is people reposting shit.
They condone something he did.
They just was non-issue, I guess.
Has CNN ever condoned anything he did?
Win the election?
Did CNN ever criticize Hillary for anything she did?
No. Well, I don't know. I don't listen to CNN.
What about Fox? Has Fox ever criticized Trump for things? They have, right?
Sure. Yeah. They have people. They have people across the board. They have people that worked in Hillary Clinton's campaign working at Fox right now. But they're mostly conservative. They don't try and hide it. They don't say fair and balanced anymore because they're the one out of like 1% of news that doesn't report from a severe left socialist lens.
Yeah, there's nowhere
to the right. They are to the right.
Unbiased, factual news anymore.
You can right here in Mercury's Cast on YouTube and Facebook. You get my unbiased perspective, and I don't listen to any of those because I don't want to be told what to think. People like Mark Levin tell you how to think. I like Ben Shapiro, but he's a little too high and mighty for me sometimes. A little too altruistic, I guess you could say. And who else do I like? I also listen to Sam Harris. I listen to Joe Rogan. Claims he's left, but he's probably a little center or a little right of center.
Joe Rogan? Is that what you said? Yeah, Joe Rogan is
definitely a liberal, but he's probably a little bit, just a tad right of center. I listen to. I'm
pretty sure he smokes weed and owns guns.
Yeah.
So
he's probably a libertarian. I would like to. You know, everyone likes to put themselves in some fun, fancy little category. I'd like to consider myself a constitutional libertarian. I have no idea what that means, but it sounds good, though.
It does sound good. I like that. We'll have to touch on that, on what exactly, what you say yes or no to.
Yes. And I came up with that phrase on my own, but I'm sure it exists in some kind of fashion.
Hey, if there can be a million different genders, there can be a million different political affiliation.
Fuck yeah.
It's only fair, right?
It's only fair. Okay, this is the part of the show where we tell people to step up their game up. Asian Tim, a.k.a. Tim Nguyen, would you like to tell the people of the world, is Nguyen solely a Vietnamese last name?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I should have known that. Well, I grew up in Cerritos, so I should know shit like that.
Why was Cerritos got a big Vietnamese community?
It's got a big everything community. Mostly Korean.
It's pretty diverse. I would say it's pretty diverse.
It is pretty diverse. I had Japanese, Korean, Chinese people, Vietnamese people in all of my classes. At any rate, can you tell the people to step their game up and we'll get the hell out of here?
Step your game up, people.
Step up your game. This has been Mercury's Cast 88, 12 more to 100, which I'm excited about. And we are out of here.
See you, everybody.